Hey everybody, Chuck Tyler here, Living Beyond Abuse. I've got you out on a hike with me today. Big stretch there. It's early August, it's about 4 in the afternoon, and it's Arizona, so it's hot. But I like hiking in the heat, so here I am. You just have to drink lots of water. Hey, there was a question on one of my videos, and I thought that I could answer that question in a short video here. I thought that would maybe benefit some other people. The video was on triggers, and the question was from Dana, who asked, how did I deal with my triggers while I was in the military, while I was serving my time active duty? Now Dana is an old friend of mine. She actually went to high school with me. So she knew me back when I was in high school and had no idea that I was abused as a child. And I was still really suffering from all the all the effects of the abuse that I endured as a child. So now she knows me years later, 35 years later, and she says she sees a night and day difference from who I was then and who I am now. So that's an awesome gauge to have. Now, when I was in the Army, I was in my early 20s, and I still had no memory of what happened to me as a child, no memory of the abuse at all. So I was fully in the throes of the side effects of the abuse. When I was active duty, I had no self-confidence. I had no, I didn't think my opinion was worth anything. I was angry all the time. I was frustrated all the time. I had a really short temper. So I was triggered by a lot, and I didn't even realize it at the time. If you look at that video on triggers, I talk a little bit about how you can go through your day and be triggered over and over again and not even realize it. That's who I was in my 20s. So how I dealt with the triggers in the Army, I really didn't. I didn't know they existed. I just responded to these triggers with heightened emotion and an elevated response to whatever was triggering me. A response that was much more than was warranted for the event that was triggering me. Now, something to note here is that when I was a child, I had a lot of things taken from me during the abuse. I had my trust was taken away from me. I learned very quickly I couldn't trust anyone. Self-confidence, my value as a human being, gone. I was treated like less than a human being when I was a child by my father, so I learned very quickly that I was less than a human being. My opinion must not matter. So a lot of these emotional states that most people have in balance, mine were all crushed, basically. So when I got into the Army, I was working very closely with other people. I had a lot of training, a lot of situations that basically reinstilled teamwork and trust, putting my trust into someone else, and my opinion of myself raised, my value of my own opinion went up. The whole scenario of being in the military and having to trust other people, working so closely together, you're given a lot of responsibility. All these things really helped me regain all these things that were taken away from me as a child, which, looking back on it, that's what happened. At the time, I didn't know that was happening. In a way, being in the military, being in the Army, was one of the best things that could have happened to me for my abuse. So thanks for shining a light on that, Dana. I think that was worth talking about. I think that was worth mentioning. There might be something in your life, if you're in recovery, if you're on your recovery journey, there might be something in your life that has helped you overcome some of these triggers that you don't even know yet. And you can look back on it and say, oh, this person or this situation or this job or whatever it was helped me to work through this stuff. And you don't notice it till later. So good to shine a light on that. Thank you, Dana, for bringing that up. If you have any other questions regarding this topic, anyone who's watching, please feel free to reach out and share those with me. I can do another video or just answer you directly. If you want to reach out to me on my website with maybe a more personal question that you don't want to put into the comments section, you can do that as well. So if you like this video and you think you can share it with somebody who can get some value from it, that's awesome. Please help me out by subscribing and liking and sharing this video with that other person. And have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next video.